boy, some more soul. This is a soul train right here. The Soul Patrol of this part of WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey, October 31st, 1966. Let me lay this down for you. We got Too Many Teardrops by Joe Simon at number 20. Number 18, Said I Wasn't by Sam and Dave at number 18. Satisfied Mind by Bobby Hebb at number 17. What Becomes of the Broken Hearted by Jimmy Ruffin, Motown at number 16, and now at number 15 on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey, one of the most memorable, one of the most melodic hit records from the 60s, I'm Your Puppet by James and Bobby Purify. They were cousins, James Purify and Robert Lee Dickey. That was Bobby, James... Oh God, I get these names confused in my mind. James and Bobby Purify. Well, Robert Lee Dickey, and Dickey actually left the duo later in the '60s because he had health problems. Wound up working at the Tallahassee Police Department by the early '70s. He passed away. Dickey did. I believe it was in 2010 or 2011. I'll have to double check on that. But let's go back to the '60s. This song was written by Dewey Spooner Oldham, who played the organ on When a Man Loves a Woman, and Dan Penn. Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham, they wrote Cry Like a Baby by the Box Tops. They wrote that, and they also wrote another song that's coming up later on this countdown. It Tears Me Up by Percy Sledge. They wrote that one too. Now here's the deal how this song came about. According to Dan Penn, they were eating at a barbecue place. Dan Penn and Spooner Oldham, they were eating at a barbecue place across from the famed studios in Muscle Shoals. And they went back to the recording studio. Dan Penn picked up an old, sort of a tattered 12-string guitar, started playing. And Spooner Oldham, he got behind the piano, and magic happened. It does happen sometimes. Something clicks. Somebody was singing Puppet, just singing the song Puppet over and over again. Maybe it was just a lyric, maybe it was just a chorus. But they came up with a demo right then and there. Spooner Oldham and Dan Penn. But I gotta tell you something. I just found this out. James and Bobby Purify. Bobby Purify, I believe, was James Dickey. James Dickey hated this record. He hated it. And the reason for that is, originally, I'm Your Puppet was intended as a B-side. But things changed. It became the A-side. And James Dickey he sang the record for 23 hours straight in the studio. They must have done loads and loads and loads of takes. When you're singing that long in the studio, I don't know if it was 20, I read it was 23 hours straight. That's a long time. Maybe he meant 23 takes, but I'll take it as 23 hours. That's a long time to be singing a record, to get it down. It's no wonder why he hated it. But he had to have been pleased with the royalty checks, and the song did very well on Billboard's Hot 100. It was certainly heavily played here in the South, here in Tuscaloosa. WTBC was all over it. WJRD was all over it. SGN in Birmingham, WVOK in Bessemer. I mean, what can I say? One of their follow-ups, I gotta mention this again. The Five Dutones did this record. I had the pleasure, when I was counting down WTBC's survey from back in the fall of '63, WTBC here in Tuscaloosa. They played the Five Dutones, Shake a Tail Feather, the original version of Shake a Tail Feather. Or at least one of the original versions of Shake a Tail Feather. That was just a delight. To be playing those originals. Well, James and Bobby Purify had a bigger hit with it, 1967. But we're at number 15 right now on WJRD's Top 11 Plus 50 survey of October 31st, 1966. I'm Your Puppet by James and Bobby Purify.